TitleMatchNetwork.com.
I don't, I don't know if I was, I mean, nobody gave me a hard time. But I stuck to myself. I didn't say much. I just listened, back then Duggan was there and Snake and, there was Doc was there. There was a lot of guys, pretty tough guys and, big guys. And so I just kind of watched and listened and did what I was told and everything else. I never really had a problem with anybody.
Did anyone mentor you early on? Was anyone helping you out?
Doc. I think, Watts told me, watch Williams' matches. You guys get the same kind of background. Watch what he does and pick the things you like and what you don't like. And I rode with Doc and he helped me out a little bit. And then he told me to watch Sawyer. So I watched Buzz for a while and I rode around. I tagged with him a little bit and got some of the stuff from him. But yeah, the first one I think was Doc.
What are some of your early memories of Buzz Sawyer in and out of the ring?
Buzz was pretty much, he was a wild man. I mean, we stayed at that hotel in Tulsa, La Quinta there, and we did the TVs for Bill. And he was wide open. There was girls and drinking and everything, the usual stuff. In the ring, I thought he was probably one of the, if not one of the best. I thought he was one of the best ring generals in there. He knew when that camera was on, he played up to that camera like nobody else could. I mean, he did that dog thing perfectly. He did the moves, the face. I mean, interview. He could do everything. Almost, if you were going to be an aggressive wrestler and wild and crazy, he was kind of the guy that you could, take some pointers from because he knew when to do it, knew how to do it, and everything.
What are some of your early memories of your matches with Steve Williams and Jim Duggan?
I remember a few of them. Doc was always trying to get me to look at the crowd, or look at a girl in the front row, or try to relax, stuff like that. I didn't have too many matches with Duggan. I think I maybe had one or two, but mostly it was with Doc and Terry Taylor and Chavo, Chavo Guerrero. Just some of the middle guys like that. I pretty much wrestled. It was all a learning process for me. They, try to get me to relax.
Right. Talk about your first Japan tour. What was that like for New Japan?
I went over there with Doc. I remember it was for 4 weeks. I hated every minute of it. I was going crazy. I was walking the floors. He was coming like a week after I got there. Or he come like 4 days after I got there. So I didn't know what to do, who to talk to, anything. I was over there in this little room, and I didn't know where to go eat. I didn't know how to do shit. And he was supposed to go over there and help me out, show me around, do all this stuff. And he ended up getting there, and him and I stuck to him the whole time, Man, I remember the sheep herders were over there. I took a picture of it when we were over, but the sheep herders were there, and somebody else was there with us. But he would always tell me, watch me during these matches, and when I tell you, if the match is going good, if I want you to kill him, more aggressive. That's that. So I remember one guy, I got out there, and he was a little guy, and I can't remember his name, Hiroshima or something like that. But anyway, he slapped me in the face. I looked at Doc, so I turned around and just beat the shit out of him.
Right.
And still, I see that guy. He's in the office now, and I still see him. He always brings it up. But, yeah, for the most part, Japan now I go for 2 weeks. It's not too bad, but I really have a hard time going over 2 weeks.
Was it hard to work your programs with? What do you remember of the day that you and Steve Williams got involved in helping with that car accident?
We were coming back from Houston, and I was driving. He was sleeping, and I seen this big bonfire in the middle of the road. And I got closer and closer, and finally woke him up. I said, "Hey, what do you think's going on here?" And as we got closer, I seen those two cars. One was in the middle, one was off to the side of the truck. And there was nobody else there. We pulled up on it, and we got out, and there was 3 guys in this car, and the 2 guys in the truck we couldn't get to. They were burning, so there's nothing we could do for them. I mean, they must have had a rifle or something because there's shells going off, and there's fire coming out of the gas tank. And they were trying to get out, but it was just too.
Right.
The fire was, we couldn't do nothing for them. But him and I end up yanking the door off that one car. it was pretty much manuals. We had pulling it out and ended up being 3 guys from the Army base there in Louisiana, but he pulled them all out, and I thought they're all like the first guy's jaw was knocked in. He's like, we pulled him on, and he was dead. But the other guy on the passenger side had broke his neck, and I thought they all were dead. I pulled them all out and just laid them on the side of the road.
Right.
And the guy in the back seat is the only guy who lived. And about 4 months after that,
came to a show.
He came up to a show. And said, "You remember me?" And I said, "No, I have no idea who you are." And he said, "I just want to thank you guys. You guys saved my life." But
that's cool.
Yeah, it was just one of those things. Driving down a 2-lane highway, and come middle of the night, and finally a cop came, and he asked us if we stay and help him, and he ended up going back and throwing up in the back there. And he radioed the ambulance to come, and once everybody was there, we just took off, and then. I think it was like 2 weeks later they had us in the Lafayette paper for doing something, but he was a good guy, and I think he was good and I was bad, or he was bad, I was good, something like that. So
Bill Watts got mad.
Watts got mad. But
TitleMatchNetwork.com